Fulfillment of the law, understanding the context of Matthew 5:17-18. Hebrews 10:9 Jesus abolishes the first covenant 8:7-10, 13, 9, 1, 4, i.e. the law 10:1 in order to establish the second covenant 8:7. Matthew 5:17 Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets, I have not come to abolish them but to fulfill them. What appears to be a contradiction is reconciled with the understanding that, while Jesus didn't come for the purpose of abolishing the law, it was effectively abolished by his fulfillment of what was written concerning him in the Hebrew Scriptures. Matthew 5:18 For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not the smallest letter or stroke shall pass from the law until all is accomplished. Since the first covenant, the law, has been abolished according to Hebrews 10:9 and other texts, it can be concluded that the conditions stated by Jesus in Matthew 5:18 for it to pass away have been accomplished. Jesus uses the phrase, until heaven and earth pass to emphasize the stability and certainty of the fulfillment of the law and the prophets, which is further clarified by Luke's addition that it is easier for heaven and earth to pass away than for one tittle of the law to fail, Luke 16:17. However, this does not mean that the law will remain in effect until the end of time, as other passages in the New Testament make it clear that the Sinai covenant was brought to an end. Luke 24:44-45 These are my words that I spoke to you while I was still with you, that everything written about me in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms must be fulfilled. See also, Luke 24:25-27, Matthew 11:13. Based on the context of Luke 24, Jesus refers specifically to prophecies related to his first coming, indicating that they have all been fulfilled through his life, death, and resurrection. This provides the context to understand the sense in which the law and the prophets are fulfilled, as mentioned in Matthew 5:17-18. The scope is not intended to include all prophecies pertaining to the future, but rather those concerning his first coming, which were fulfilled, thus satisfying the conditions set forth by Jesus for the law to pass away and the new covenant to be enacted. The sense implied in both passages is not his personal obedience to the law, though he was, but his fulfilling the things written about him. It is also important to note that no deduction can be drawn from Matthew 5:17-18 binding any point of the Mosaic law upon the believers in Jesus Christ. With the enacting of a second covenant, the first covenant has been superseded and is therefore no longer in effect. Both cannot continue to exist simultaneously. Jesus himself fulfilled the law and consequently abolished it. The law of Moses was given to the Israelites as a covenant, but it was not meant to be a universal code of conduct for all people for all time. The moral principles of God's law are carried forward in the New Testament, but they are grounded in the authority of Christ rather than Moses. 1 Corinthians 9:20-21. The purpose of the new covenant is to express love towards God and others, and believers are called to live out the teachings of Christ from a renewed heart through the power of the Holy Spirit. The old covenant has become obsolete and outdated, Hebrews 8:13, and Christians are called to look to Jesus as the author and perfecter of our faith rather than the law of Moses.